everywhere. On the streets, in your house, on your clothes. But there's more to dust than you might think. Scientists are exploring the hidden world within dust, teeming with exotic life. Even in this tidy home on a Washington, D.C. street. It looks peaceful on the outside, but don't be fooled. The dust inside this house conceals all sorts of strange creatures. And it comes from places you wouldn't believe. As head of research and development for Pledge, Armin Klobes knows a thing or two about dust.
We like to think of our houses as castles, but research shows that dust particles floating around outside can easily come into our homes as though there were no doors, windows, or glass. It just comes right in and becomes part of the dust ball under a bed, for example.
What can be a problem is the microscopic plants and animals that lurk in household dust. Molds, mildew, fungi, and bacteria that trigger allergic reactions in millions of people. These hidden house guests are well known to Harvard biologist Harriet Burge.
We share our houses with a whole microscopic population that we can't see. And they live in the dust, they live on the surfaces of our countertops, they live on our skin and fall off of our skin into the dust. And every time you breathe, you're inhaling all those dust particles. They get into your nose and your throat and your lungs.
There's a jungle of hundreds of exotic flora and fauna.
We can see bacteria, we can see mold growing, we can see insect parts, we can see insect feces. And those are the kinds of things that can cause problems for us if we breathe too much of it.
And 13 million Americans suffer from asthma. Deaths from asthma have risen nearly 40% in the last 2 decades. And no one's quite sure why. It's the first step toward understanding how our homes might be making us sick.
See?
One of the first things Blevins looks for is a tiny creature that often causes big problems. A relative of the spider called the dust mite. Scientists believe the dust mite is the #1 culprit in indoor allergies. Has up to 2 million dust mites. And if you have an old pillow, 25% of its weight could be dust and dust mites.